Hello everyone and welcome to the BayNet Weekly News. I am your host, JJ Atchison, and today's date is April 12th, 2024. We have a lot to go over today, including Larry Hogan visits Southern Maryland, and a major drug operation busted in Charles County. Guns, cocaine, fentanyl, and half a kilogram of heroin were recovered. That and more coming right on up. Hogan from Maryland's Back to Work bus tour, which started on April 5th, made their way to Coward and St. Mary's on day 7 of their 10-day statewide trip as part of former Governor Larry Hogan's campaign for Senate. During his time in Calvert County, the former two-term governor started his day by visiting Dunkin' Donuts to pick up some sweet treats for the neighboring Prince Frederick Volunteer Fire Department. Afterward, Hogan stopped by the Calvert County Sheriff's Office. Later on, Hogan made his way over to St. Mary's County and visited Triton Defense in Hollywood. To finish off day 7, Hogan and his team visited the Social Coffee House and various other businesses in Leonardtown. Here's an exclusive one-on-one interview I had with Hogan yesterday. So to start off, how does it feel to be back on the campaign trail?
You know, it feels really good. We've been we're in the 7th day of a 10-day bus tour, and we're trying to go to every corner of the state. And the enthusiasm level, I mean, people seem to be really pumped up about it. We see a lot of people frustrated with the broken politics in Washington, and all we hear most every day, everywhere we go, is thank you for running, and please do something about cleaning up the mess. And it's actually, there's more excitement level than there was even when I was running for governor, because people are so concerned about the direction of the country and so thankful that maybe they're like, well, you give us hope that maybe somebody's going to be able to fix some of this mess.
Yeah. So running for Senate, is your game plan any different? Are you trying to focus on any different areas, or is it kind of just sticking with what works?
No, it's all about, look, I think the people of Maryland know me after 8 years of service as governor. They seem to approve of the job we did, and I'm just trying to get out there to see people one-on-one everywhere in every community and tell them I'm the same guy that will represent you the same way, but in Washington. They're still concerned about the same issues. People are concerned about the economy with inflation that's being caused in Washington, with tax increases that are coming from Annapolis, and they're struggling to pay their bills. They're concerned about crime, which we can address both at the state level and at the federal level. Concerned about their kids' education. I mean, it's the same issues. It's a different direction of how we come up with the solutions, but the campaigning is exactly the same. It's different in that I'm not on top of the ticket as the highest. It's like there's a presidential going on.
Yeah.
But people are a lot of people are just fed up with the presidential race, and the majority of people aren't excited about either candidate, and they're like, finally, we have something to get enthused about.
Definitely.
You know, a guy that's going to go clean up all the mess down there.
Definitely. So talking with Southern Marylanders today, what were some of the biggest topics that people brought up?
You know, it's a lot like what we hear about everywhere, the things that I just said. People are very concerned about, you hear from Washington, they say, oh, the economy's doing great. And you hear from real people in Southern Maryland or Western Maryland, anywhere. And they're like, hey, we're having a tough time. Everything costs more. Groceries cost more. Housing is too unaffordable. We can't afford this. And everything, we keep getting higher taxes. And people are struggling to make ends meet. You also hear a lot more concern about crime. It used to be just in places like Baltimore City you would hear about it, but now crime is actually up in a lot of areas, in suburban areas, and even in Southern Maryland, people are saying, hey, we got to do something about making our communities safer. But I hear mostly I hear in Southern Maryland and elsewhere is, oh my God, this crazy, toxic, divisive politics where, no one ever seems to get anything done. All they do is yell at one another. It's the right and the left, and the loudest, angriest voices get all the attention, and they just want some sanity. They just want common sense.
On April 9th, detectives assigned to the Charles County Drug Task Force, with assistance from the Charles County Sheriff's Office Neighborhood Enforcement Team, Canine, and Animal Control, served a search warrant relating to a drug investigation at an address in the 2600 block of Academic Court in Waldorf at a business in the 8000 block of Matthews Road and Bryans Road. During the search, investigators recovered 2 handguns, an assault rifle in pistol form, an AK-style assault rifle in pistol form, high-capacity drum magazines, extended handgun magazines, numerous rounds of ammunition, body armor, cocaine, fentanyl, and approximately 497 grams, half a kilogram of heroin. The suspect, Nathan Robert Templeton, age 58 of Waldorf, was arrested on the scene. He was charged with possession with intent to distribute drugs, illegal possession of firearms by a convicted felon, and numerous other related charges. He is currently being held without bond at the Charles County Detention Center. Homicide Unit detectives released images of the suspects and video of the car used in the recent murder of a trash removal company employee in the unincorporated section of Hyattsville. The victim is a 30-year-old man from Lanham. A reward of up to $25,000 is being offered for information leading to an arrest and indictment in this case. On April 4, 2024, at approximately 3:40 p.m., officers responded to the 6800 block of Greenville Parkway for a shooting. Officers located the man in the roadway suffering from gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead on the scene. The suspects are seen driving what appears to be a gray Kia sedan in the area of Greenville Parkway prior to the murder. When the trash truck arrives at the scene, two suspects exited the car and shot the man. The suspects then flee the area. Detectives are working to determine a motive and identify the suspects. Preliminarily, detectives do not believe this was a random crime. Anyone with information on this case who would like to speak to a homicide unit detective may call 301-516-2512. The following is a statement released by the Prince Frederick Volunteer Fire Department. We are deeply saddened to share the passing of Prince Frederick Volunteer Fire Department's esteemed member, Ray Bomber Nieves. Ray was a trailblazer in the fire service across the Washington metropolitan area. His journey began when he joined the Hyattsville Fire Department in 1964 after serving in the Navy aboard the USS Coral Sea during the Vietnam War. In 1966, Ray transferred to the PG County Fire Service, where he excelled. His career included roles in fire prevention and first sergeant in 1972, specializing as a bomb technician. Ray rose through the ranks of fire prevention and fire suppression, culminating in his retirement in 1985 as the operations chief, the second in command of the PG Fire Department. Ray's commitment to community extend beyond his retirement. He served as vice president of Southern Maryland Hospital and later returned to the fire service in Loudoun County, Virginia, as the chief fire marshal. His expertise also benefited Washington Airport Authority, where he served as chief fire marshal for Reagan and Dulles airports. In 1995, Ray became the chief fire marshal of Alexandria until 1998, when health issues led to his retirement. Ray was always eager to share his firefighting expertise and offered assistance willingly. His profound knowledge of fire codes was unmatched, exemplified when he led the project to outfit the temporary home of Prince Frederick Volunteer Fire Department at the old National Guard Armory. Apart from his professional life, Ray was deeply involved with the NAM Knights of America motorcycle organization, serving as president of the Skipjack chapter. Ray is survived by his beloved wife, Carolyn, two daughters, Karen and Michelle, two granddaughters, Courtney and Savannah, and his sister, Millie, and brother, James. Please join us in honoring Ray on Saturday, April 20th at St. Nicholas Lutheran Church, located at 1450 Plum Point Road in Huntingtown. Viewing will be held from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., followed by a church service at 12 p.m., as per Ray's wishes. After the service, we will escort Ray and his family to Chesapeake Highlands Memorial Gardens, which is located at 3270 Brooms Island Road in Port Republic, where the Navy will present the U.S. colors and conduct a pass and review. A celebration of life will take place at the Prince Frederick Volunteer Fire Department immediately after. Ray will always be remembered and cherished for his unwavering dedication and service to our department and the citizens of Calvert County. He will be greatly missed. A jackpot-chasing couple from Southern Maryland missed a huge jackpot by one number in the Powerball drawing on Saturday, April 6th. However, the fun-loving players are very grateful about their $50,004 third-tier win. Joseph and Sylvia Riley from St. Mary's County only start playing the jackpot games, Mega Millions, and Powerball when a game's jackpot reaches $250 million. Last week, the Powerball jackpot climbed to an estimated $1.3 billion, so Joseph made a special stop at Walmart, located at 45485 Miramar Way in California, specifically to get tickets. He purchased a $10 quick pick ticket and later hid it in a safe place at home. The weekend arrived and the April 6th Powerball drawing had come and gone with a jackpot win reported in Oregon. However, there were three $50,000 third-tier winners from Maryland. After hearing about that, Joseph made sure to check the ticket to see if he matched any of the winning numbers. Quote, "I saw I matched 4 white balls in the Powerball and I got excited," said Joseph. "I probably checked that ticket 4 or 5 times to be sure." Confident that he won $50,000 plus $4 because he also matched 1 white ball and the Powerball in another line, the husband called his wife to take a look. Quote, He told me we won $50,000, but I owed him money for my portion of the ticket, said Sylvia, laughing. He's always messing around. They then shared the news with their children. The couple claimed their $50,004 prize this week at lottery headquarters in Baltimore, deciding to split the prize equally down the middle. Joseph and Sylvia told lottery officials that they plan to use their winnings to help family members and to take a family vacation. Since May of 2002, the Calvert County Sheriff's Office has occupied 30 Church Street in Prince Frederick, also known as the Calvert House, as their headquarters. However, due to the nearly 106-year-old building's structural deficiencies, the Sheriff's Office and the County Administrator are looking for a new base of operations. During their April 9, 2024 meeting, the Calvert County Board of County Commissioners unanimously approved a strategic two-step process to direct staff to identify a new location for the Sheriff's Office and to incorporate plans for the construction of a new facility into the capital improvement plan. According to the memo from County Administrator Julian Willis, the County Administrator, working closely with Deputy Director of General Services within the Department of Public Works, has undertaken an exhaustive examination of the entirety of county government buildings and facilities. Through this comprehensive review, it has been unequivocally determined that the continued upkeep and escalating maintenance expenditures of the existing Sheriff's Office headquarters is not economically viable for the county. The building is plagued by several structural deficiencies, including compromised flooring, heating, cooling, ventilation problems, security and evidence safekeeping concerns, non-functional operational layout, non-compliance with Americans with Disabilities Act standards, decentralized operations, and persistent mold infestations. Willis noted that whenever they determined the mold infestations, they addressed it. Willis stated that their vision for a new facility would be more like a compound instead of one big building, which will house all of the operations together instead of being spread apart. Sheriff Ricky Cox also noted that this would free up some space for the county to repurpose or sell, which could also save the county some money. No direct timeline or fiscal impact was determined during the meeting. Willis also made it clear that this would be a long-term process. And that's all we got for you this week on the BayNet Weekly News. If you would like more information on every single article that we covered today, they are all linked down below. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll see y'all next week.